Donnorum's horrific injury in the match against Monaco. The goalkeeper's face was mutilated. Barcelona signed Rashford. The Catalans are confident that MU has wasted the Englishman's talent, but in Blaugrana he will flourish. Mbappe finally scored and brought the first trophy to Real Madrid, and Pep Guardiola might even lead the Brazil national team to glory. We're talking about this and much more today. And friends, this is a dose of football and a hot selection of the most interesting news at this hour. We took a small break because lately things with likes have been really tough. But on the second channel, the football overdose videos continued to be released. So if you're not subscribed there yet, be sure to subscribe. The videos will be regular. Well, I suggest you start a new marathon. 5,000 thumbs up, new video tomorrow. How long will we hold out this time? Last time we released 47 videos in a row. Let's check. How many can we do now? Well, I wish you a pleasant appetite and a pleasant viewing. The legendary Ronaldo is still selling Valladolid. Ronaldo came in 2018, paid off the club's debts, and really, it seemed, got burned by the project. He invested in the academy and hoped to attract big sponsors with his loud name. He talked about big ambitions, dreamed of making Valladolid a top club. Perhaps it would have happened if not for the pandemic. And after it, Ronaldo cooled down to the project. And he let half of the things go on their own. The fans didn't appreciate it. They've been protesting recently. And they achieved their goal of Ronaldo leaving. And most likely, this is the right and logical step. And the Brazilian is simply not needed by the club. Moreover, Ronaldo has other plans now. He is planning to become the head of the Brazilian Football Federation. Ronaldo has officially put forward his candidacy for president. The elections will take place in March of the 26th year, including because he is now getting rid of all the clubs. In April, the Brazilian sold Cruzeiro. He is now already negotiating the sale of Valladolid. Ronaldo stated, "I have hundreds of motives, but the main one is, I want Brazilian football to be respected again all over the world. People on the streets are once again being respected worldwide. On the streets, people and the team are not the best, both on the field and beyond its limits. I am a candidate for the head position, and I have incredible plans." In Cruzeiro, the ex-footballer proved to be a more skillful manager than in Valladolid. Maybe he has a better grasp of Brazilian soccer. Zubastic took over a serious team with $1 billion debt. He won the league, restored prestige, closed the debts, and created a competitive club for Serie A. He dreams of bringing Pep Guardiola to the national team. Sport.is reports that the coach and ex-forward have already planned their future together. Ronaldo's representatives contacted Pep through his brother Pere Guardiola, who handled the negotiations. Possibly Guardiola's dismissal will only play into Ronaldo's hands, and if not, the Brazilian will try to catch Pep after the next season. For Brazilians, this is the best option available. And for Pep himself too, after all. He wants to work specifically with the national team, but Luis de la Fuente successfully manages his home team. Pep Guardiola has not yet lost the confidence of Manchester City's management. Although in the Premier League, after Helena Lopetegui's third, by the way, Ench is going in the Premier League. After Helena Lopetegui's third, by the way, Ench is going on Guardiola's stick. Only his experience, reputation, and everything he has done for the team before saves him. Most top clubs with ambitions at City's level would have already fired a coach with such a protracted, unsuccessful series. Pep urgently needs to save the situation. If he doesn't plan to achieve a dismissal, well, he didn't collect all the achievements. In winter, the Catalans definitely did not collect all the achievements. In winter, the Catalans will definitely bring in new players. As reported, the Highlanders are planning to buy at least 4 footballers. We need to somehow deal with the injuries. 2 fullbacks, so that Kyle Walker doesn't have to run with an injury for a month. 1 player for Erling Haaland's rotation, because Viking plays more than any other City footballer. And naturally 1 or ideally 2 skilled halfbacks. Moreover, City is studying both those who will provide reliability in defense and those who will create moments. And of course, those who can work on both sides. Florian Plettenberg, a reliable football journalist, reports on Jose Akimi's likely transfer to Manchester City. Jose is familiar with Pep's football. The coach has maintained a warm relationship with him. Next summer, Akimi's contract with Bavaria ends. And that means in January, he can be snatched for a mere pittance, which Manchester City will try to do. The citizens are also considering players to replace the aging Kevin De Bruyne. Nothing is clear yet with Florian Wirtz. Kicker reported that Havertz extended his contract with Bayer, but Leverkusen denied this information. If rumors are to be believed, Pep also dreams of bringing Jamal Musiala to his team. Musiala was a fan of Barca in his childhood, which he talked about in a recent interview. Barcelona was my favorite team. This club has always been my focus. The midfield with the Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets fascinated me. Growing up, Messi's name was on nearly all my jerseys. I also had a jersey with Neymar, but Messi was my hero, my favorite player. If City manages to lease Messi and sign Musa Alou this winter, it will fulfill Jamal's dream of playing together with his idol. It's scary to imagine who then could stop City's attack, where it seems there are two such dribblers. Real Madrid won their next title. Slovochny easily dealt with the Mexican Pachuca in the final of the International Continental Cup. The score's 3-0 Merengues began the match lacking confidence. The Mexicans managed to cover and impose the fight on the opponent. At some point, Pachuca even looked better. Madrid couldn't pull off the simplest actions. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, as usual for Pachuca, Mbappe scored a goal. Then, unexpectedly, as is typical for Pachuca, Mbappe scored a goal. Valverde, Bellingham, and Vinicius formed a wall. The latter outplayed everyone as much as possible. Without looking, he perfectly read the goalkeeper and passed to Mbappe. The Frenchman only needed to kick the ball into the empty net. Vinny showed why he was awarded the best footballer of the year yesterday. And that's it, it happened. The raft floated away. Another award for the best footballer of the year was given out. The raft floated away. They became the match's main heroes. The Brazilian scored another penalty, and Mbappe became the match's hero. The Brazilian scored another penalty, and Mbappe and Carlo Ancelotti became the most titled coach in Madrid's history. Vinicius and Carlo Ancelotti became the most titled coach in Madrid's history. Vinicius made another sensational statement in the post-match interview. There were many people who did not vote for me. They will still change their minds. I will work harder. The time to keep winning is here. Everything is clear with Vinicius. Another great match, as expected, against this opponent. But we are not used to seeing great games from Mbappe lately. Kylian, who was questionable due to injury, came out and showcased great football. He has scored 14 goals in 23 matches for Real. Not so bad, and Mbappe has scored 8 goals in the last 7 finals. A big player, no matter how you slice it. Real is the La Liga champion right now. Champions League winner, Intercontinental Cup winner, Spanish Super Cup winner, and European Super Cup winner. No matter what anyone says, you won't achieve this on any shortcuts. It didn't work out for Paulo Fonseca right away in Milan. Overall, it was expected, as Forcenaria's composition doesn't suit the Portuguese specialist's systematic football approach. The team's playstyle has radically changed compared to Stefano Pioli's tenure. And it continues to change, time. What Fonseca is so lacking, and also the ability to deal with the team, because his work is complicated by conflicts with the subordinates. And also, it's not easy with Fonseca because of the chaos in the management. The current leadership is characterized by uncertainty and the lack of unity. After the Genoa fiasco, fans turned on the players and management. They chanted, "You've upset us, and we're not Americans," hinting at the club's owners. Upon leaving the stadium, the Ultra Curva Sud group displayed a banner saying, "We waited and endlessly supported you. We're fed up with your mediocrity." Fans are unlikely to influence the management's composition this way, but they can quite possibly achieve the dismissal of the fan sector. The Champions coach has been tough on the team. Famous Italian journalist Alfredo and Champions coach has been hard on the team. Famous Italian journalist Alfredo Padula said, "This is war." There appears to be no agreement in Milan. The management thought to invite Sarri. If Fonseca behaves like this, the management thought to invite Sarri. If Fonseca behaves like this, then there are 2 options here. Either he wants to quit himself, or he's doing everything to get the management to fire him. These are very heavy words. Milan remains unstable despite Fonseca coaching the team for 6 months. In general, Paula threatens to quit again, and we have even chosen a replacement. The coach demonstrated his ability to work with KK Hernandez in Barcelona. In Barcelona, the coach showed that he can work with the youth, which is abundant in Milan, by the way, and can even manage without due adequacy in leadership. In short, the option is awesome. It will maintain the same trajectory as under Fonseca, and will continue moving in the same direction as under Fonseca. But there is a chance to keep some leaders. For example, Fonseca did not have a complicated relationship with Teo Hernandez. If Fonseca stays, Teo will change his prescription. His agent has already flown to Manchester for negotiations with the local Red Devils. It seems the Frenchman won't be choosing to leave hell. He'll just change the boiler. Crystal Palace is a tough competitor for the English tops, but Arsenal managed to handle the Eagles. The Gunners' surprising and unconventional play style caught their opponent off guard. Arteta is as much of a control freak as Enrique Lepep. During his time at the helm of Arsenal, he drained the team, leaving nothing romantic from the Wenger era. And the recent failures and losses are directly related to this. Still, it's hard to play without creativity. And in the Arsenal squad, the only freedom is perhaps with Martin Odegaard and maybe Bukayo Saka. Yesterday, Arteta loosened the leash and voila. The Gunners played with new colors. No hint of the previous sterility. At the same time, Arteta also released many players into rotation and felt that there was no necessary chemistry between them. But still, Arsenal was very good. And unexpectedly, Gabriel Jesus opened up. After a long goalless streak, the Brazilian scored a hat-trick. A stunning match from Gabby, especially against the backdrop of his previous games. Yesterday, it even flew past Kuiper. He will certainly return to Jesus after that. Certainty. We switched to the Paris Saint-Germain match. Yesterday, the Princes in a tough fight defeated Monaco and strengthened their position at the top of League One. Ousmane Dembele's brace secured a 4-2 victory. The defense of the Prince yesterday and the cause of the battered face of Gigi Donnarumma. Wilfried Singo flew straight into his face with his spikes. The Italian, of course, could not continue the game. Wilfried Singo flew into him. The Italian, of course, could not continue the game. Safonov replaced him. The referee avoided radical actions. I don't get why the referee removed the second one. I don't get why the ref gave the second player a red card immediately, although the foul was straight for removal. He made no attempt to move his leg, just took down Gigi. The keeper's face is torn apart. They put in 10 stitches during the break. How can this not be a removal? I don't understand. Try to explain it to me. Just a disgrace. Health to you, Gigi. The trauma looks severe. There's a risk of scars remaining, but they only enhance a man's attractiveness. During the break, Donorum almost got into a fight with the judge. His teammates talked him down. And I understand him. Not to give a yellow for such a foul, just forget it. Why do we even need a referee on the field? But the video with Donnarumma's injury, reviews of all the hottest matches of the past game day, as always, can be found on our Telegram channel, Dose of Football. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Be sure to check it out. And take a look at our second channel, Overdose Football. 2 new videos have already been released there. Manchester United and Marcus Rashford's love story has ended. Rash is simply not needed by the club, fans approve his sale. Rio Ferdinand has already informed his contacts in the Saudi League about Rashford's readiness to leave MU. If to believe, Al Ittihad, Al Hilal, Al Nasser, and Al Ahly, as well as Al Kharissa, are interested in Rashford. Marcus was not called up for the match with Manchester City. His reaction was correct. It's upsetting. What am I going to do? I'll sit down and cry. Or I'll do everything possible next time, feeling misunderstood. But I'm not dwelling on it, the Englishman stated in a fresh interview, which, by the way, did not agree with the club's management. In it, the falling one did not claim that he does not regret the last 9 years, and added that he has not yet reached his peak and the best is yet to come. Ready for a new challenge? There will be no negativity. Departure. Ready for a new challenge. There will be no negative comments. I will leave without causing offense. I've witnessed others leaving, and I want to avoid following their path. Judge for yourself. Did Rashford hint at the departure of Angel Di Maria or Cristiano Ronaldo? But, in my opinion, to talk about readiness for a new challenge and to indicate not if, but when, is almost an open text to say here I am, warm and ready, buy me. Naturally, MU did not appreciate the player's behavior, and they cut him from the squad. Rashford will miss the Tottenham match. Dario Sport reports that Barcelona is monitoring the situation, where they believe United has failed to unlock Rashford's talent. But in Catalonia, they are confident everything will work out. Rashford also likes to showcase his versatility. Paris Saint-Germain is an option, but Enrique will likely do everything to prevent the Parisians from signing the footballer. Marcus doesn't fit into Spanish football at all, but Nasser Al-Khelaifi can still make the deal happen. MU is already looking for a replacement for Rashford. According to Fichajes, the Mancunians have set their sights on Athletic Bilbao's Inaki Williams. More stable, still young, and still promising. And most importantly, more disciplined and ambitious. A clear upgrade for Rashford in his current conditions. Thanks for watching and subscribing. That's all for today. My name is Kirill Cast, and this was your daily dose of football. Peace to your house and Johanga, friends.